you just pop out of a void bubble? Do you have magic powers? Whoa! Did you just pop out of a void bubble? Do you have the bridge? That is strange. Nice to meet you. Let me help you. There are a lot of nice Yeah, the butterflies appeared on you. Sure thing.
Hello. I'm going I'm going to do some shit that will get me on a wanted poster at this rate. Game didn't save. Uh YouTube wouldn't let me go live for a solid 5 minutes for no fucking reason. I'm don't want to. Fine, let's speed run Unicorn Tales. Uh um I don't know why the game didn't fucking save. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't have. I'm just gonna have to do a bunch of this shit again. I'll try and go through the dialogue as much as possible. Actually, you know what? I'll float this up to you. Do you want to see me go through this entire thing again? Or would you rather me go find something else to play? No, I don't think my internet would have had anything to do with the game not saving, because this game doesn't have anything to do with the internet. Chat, do you want to see me play Unicorn Tales for a second time? Yeah, but do you want to see the bit that you did see again? It's Tuesday, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, do you want to see all of this stuff again? The stuff that you did see. Because Genuinely. Yeah, I'm going to find a different game to play, and I'm going to just modify the title of this stream when I find a game. Let's find something. What do I have currently installed? You know what? I always wanted an excuse to actually play this game properly. Let's get that properly set up. That's my. It's only showing Steam. Why isn't OBS showing the game window? Hello, OBS. Do you want to see the game? Window capture. Window, Disco Elysium. That's that's Steam. That the Steam window's not even open. How are you fucking up this badly? Are you chat? Are you seeing a game menu, or are you still seeing my Steam library? I am. I so I guess stream's just frozen. Uh. Hold on. Uh. Restarting OBS didn't work. Putting this in windowed mode doesn't work. I genuinely do not know how. What if I exit and reopen the game? There. Okay, so I think this game just refuses to stream properly because that's just frozen. Uh, um, yeah, the art in this game goes so hard, but I do really want to figure out why. Oh, it has streamer mode. Turning that on. Why isn't this game showing up? Oh, there we go. That works, I'm not going to question it. Turn down volume. And I can now finally change the title of stream. Shit. I have 10 hours in this game. I have not finished it. I haven't done like more than like 1 or 2 hours in a single playthrough. This is a really great game, I swear. How am I gonna play this? Um, um, sure. Um, um, hmm. Hmm. Decisions. Yeah, this is an RPG that does a lot of that stuff. Um, alright, let's take logic as a signature. This game also has a lot of voice acting. Probably should have turned down volume a little bit more.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness.
I do like the voice acting.
Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Simply keep on not existing. It is. I would say probably, like, if you're going to categorize things, I would technically categorize this as more professional. Yeah, the answer is yes, because these people, A, like worked with the game as it was being made, and B, were paid.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Yeah, I'm turning down the sound on OBS, because that is loud.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Here I am just talking to my ancient reptilian brain.
Yes, it is.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some
And there's my limbic system.
bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Yeah, that voice is just a quiet voice. I might turn it just up a little bit more.
Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself
It's
into oblivion?
just a quiet,
Or
soft
did you
voice.
not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
And now you get to talk to your skills. Your skills have their own voices. And like, and there's dice rolls and shit.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it infinitesimally small. Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this.
Yeah.
You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
Yeah. At no point in this game is the protagonist mentally healthy. Which puts this in one of my favorite genres of games. The games where the protagonist is never okay.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the liquid, your conscience sticks to.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth. Annoying. A fiery streak penetrates your skull.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage.
Hello, Encyclopedia. And finally, we get to see. Yeah. Hello.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with four. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off. The lights are off.
Pick up my pants.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Grab my shirt. Oh, my blazer. My disco-ass blazer. There's my shirt. This game does not have a normal combat system. It's just point and click RPG, most with dialogue stuff.
In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold.
I'm ugly as fuck.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
The art direction in this game is incredible.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like, what does it even mean? What is the emotion? You should check yourself for a pulse. Because from here it looks like a cadaverous skeleton. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. For now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film.
I don't know my own name.
A mirror hangs on the bath. The window stands broken in its frame. The morning light hurts your eyes. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window, a fine web of scarring covers the more likely a projectile than a held-up. It is too large for a bullet, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. A cool wind gushes in.
I need to grab my other shoe. I have both my shoes now.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles. Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now. True.
Take 40 cents.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer.
Fucking.
Officer. No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
I am not doing this. I have self-respect. At least a little bit.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. She looks back at you, a light glint.
Yes. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking. Yeah? Glad to have been of assistance.
Let's go downstairs.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right levitation. No. Don't. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
New quest, sing karaoke. Hello.
A bespectacled man in an
Kim
orange
Kitsuragi.
jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Kim Kitsuragi is very cool.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Invent a name for myself. I've got a 72% chance of succeeding.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it. but there are still many to go.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? Mm-hmm.
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Okay. One of my favorite aspects of this game's skill system is that like having like a lot of points put into certain skills can be a negative. Which I think that concept alone is a fascinating section of game design to work within. Like if you have like having a lot of points in reaction speed can like compel you to react to situations that don't need it or react without thinking. Putting a lot of points into like drama or rhetoric can like force you or like compel you to like to say certain things that may not be the right thing but are like the most correct or the most fancy. Like shit like that. It's really cool.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Hello, tutorial agent. Let's go have a look at that dead body. The dead body's back here. What I should do first, though, is do some investigation.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city. I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal.
Alright. Let's have a look at the dead body. And... right. The child. This child sucks.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seems
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
These two children suck. They suck so much.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Having a great time.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and
It's okay. Happens to everyone. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner.
pretty clever.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check.
Let's talk to Kuno.
Got this?
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost...
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should
I
hang out with this kid
I don't
and
want
see
to
if
hang
that
out with
juicy
this
shit
child,
is all about.
electrochemistry.
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, the kid's high as fuck.
Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
You wanna hang out? I'm not a narc. Fuck that, I would rather die.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you...
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carrier. Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the work.
He might also have information.
Hello, gardener.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Of course. Where to? Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village, no problem.
She's very well composed.
Of course. I won't hold.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Yeah, like this is the stuff that I was talking about before. There's a lot of these like I'm just gonna call them hidden checks. This probably it might be the correct term. Where like skills will get rolled and they'll only show up. Like it'll show up if they. Sometimes they'll show up if they succeed. Sometimes they'll show up if they succeed or they fail. And like that can impact this like the choices that you get to make. It's really cool.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Let's.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
My endurance sucks.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Nor does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday he's got then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way. I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too. No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Thought gained volumetric shit compressor.
You've gained a thought.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have...
It start internalizing volumetric shit compressor.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? I'm sorry if I was being overly familiar. I know we've only just met. You must forgive me. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Of course, dear. Good.
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41?
But it's golden orange like a forest fire that smells like liquor. This game does encourage you to say weird and wacky shit. Might as well.
Are you kidding me?
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
Thanks, reaction speed.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the...
But you still know...
Yes, I know.
I didn't imply...
He probably means
Blah, blah,
this is
blah,
where
blah.
you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away.
So many
You'll
people.
appreciate that.
So many people in this game just suck so much.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. Fuck it.
What?
If there's one thing I know about myself, is that I am a total raging feminist.
Is that so? Mr. Feminist?
Thought gained. Inexplicable feminist agenda.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
Let's go.
Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. You owe me 130 real.
Let's try and slip away unnoticed.
One moment you're running like the wind, then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
Yay.
That's true, yes, and it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on. You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot. You showed him.
Watch out!
Oops.
Everything goes dark.
Back so soon. Those are mysteries of the spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mysteries.
Wow, there's more of you hidden? I'm so cool.
You are way cool.
How's it going out there? Are the tiny apes screaming about money yet?
My limbic system is a bitch.
It doesn't look so, sweetie. Are you okay?
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you...
Ma'am, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. He just tripped over my chair. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
He's shaken. Barter now, and he'll cave in.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
I need to get $100 by the end of the day.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you...
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that? Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the...
Let's find some more people to talk to. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." People don't like the police here.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oil.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers gotta...
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get us lorry drivers. Cam, your nurse. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Tommy Lahome is cool.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty sure is like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been
I can now go back to the dead body.
There he still is, looking right through you. Ha ha ha. Again.
It's still too fucking much.
Pus dripping from its mouth.
God damn.
You will never be able to hold it in. It's always
why the fuck do I keep failing?
Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
I'm at a loss as well. I could swear your shit was together, detective.
Sometimes even that is not enough.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spanning.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated... There are several footprints in the mud. Heavy worker's boots. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover.
Let's go to the car.
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates from the large engine.
Blah blah blah. Do things.
The infernal machine that in the cabin you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio, a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be...
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. The pry bar feels useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and you can do good work. It's robust. What lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The white suede feels luxurious. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is... Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is the smell of fresh... I'm good. Cherished and cared for. in the hands of a tending owner at the bottom of the sea. So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside in the cabin, you see, as you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled.
There's no use pressing the heat button.
Translation. When alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Yeah, and I love that the skills interact with each other sometimes.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the soft purr of electrical kit.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
No.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is...
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? No? Not me? No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the courts. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
The other people who live around here. Local people, you don't live here. You don't understand. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. You do? Oh. What else can I do for you? Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring...
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Empathy. Bonus. Inexplicable feminist agenda.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Bitch Bagel was coming to... God.
It was a pretty bird. There since I started working in Whirling. I really like her. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place.
God, I suck.
I've had sailors find karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked. Then there was your room, your project, an experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me, threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
You hear a sigh?
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
This is Kim Kitsuragi's favorite radio station, apparently.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reached.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right? Oh, is that what it was called?
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavier foot and the freaky end.
God damn it! Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
Speed Freaks FM.
You would be too if you had this motor carriage. But seriously, let's quit.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
This very French.
Did him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge?
Chester McLean.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name. Defend yourself. Immediately.
Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically. Oh goddamn it! Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this. Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation. Mullen dicked us. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over. Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge. What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asked you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Sorry, it's hard to think.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Convince them that you didn't lose your gun.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over. He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Disco hit him piss his pants. Oh, I can't.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
I left it at his mom's after I fucked her ass. Yeah, pull a your mom joke. That'll go well.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Thanks, Chester.
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. But he says he's sorry and...
Okay.
Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters here. Satellite Officer... 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. Okay, 10-4, sir.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
I need to put a point into endurance. Now I can try one more time to look at this corpse.
There he still is, looking right through you. With it, as you breathe
Fucking
in,
finally.
the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run. And just the man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is green. The material appears to be ceramic. It's clean white, delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. Someone could have cleaned the yard. But
I hear you talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
These children say slurs.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties, and the like.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring, and the guy's a total victopaz.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real.
Not too much, yes.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his...
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you know. Your first instinct was correct. This equipment is way beyond what a security guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads
Faint, organic lines cover the plates, where they're like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
So you need to open this first, I think.
This trash container is locked. The sliding... This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock.
I need to get that container opened, which means I need to talk to Gart again.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and
I thought as much.
Well, yes. Ask...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Krasmazov? Almost...
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
As far as I'm aware, this game has a lot to say about communism.
He killed himself.
No one was implying you were, officer.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the... They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly...
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Lordness, we don't. We have to wait.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Thanks, Logic.
What?
By the way, You should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
So I have... There are papers in here.
This trash container is locked with a well-oiled crack. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just the feeling. A warning from some... The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbow. No, sir, a box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, some as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else?
Something slimy catches your... A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
I'm gonna get the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
It's a racist mug.
Only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably...
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become très disco?
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case.
Some items, such as the ledger...
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
It's just a racist mug. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement.
If you want to earn some change by guilting people, it's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board. But there's a piece of toilet paper, or is it? It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clip. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to... An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. It's crocodile. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular. Looks like an official mark.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use any capable light with the right wave. All RCM vehicles have had lights.
This means you can read the watermarks.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden... They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of it's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must, yes, it appears you employ a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from, yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural, and others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor, even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. I prefer a normal caseload.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. That there is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered once all the tasks are accomplished. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. He is not really saying anything. Just
know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brush. Inspect the victim. Interview it's not exactly poetry, but poetry would a satisfying slash. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Feeling isn't really. It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard. In the back, you see thin then rip them from the binder and hand them out. 3. The top you don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red. The rest of the stinking cellular, it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to be. Something rattles inside, and something small inside. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of is not what you end up doing. The ledger quivers in your hand as it shakes. The acidic like the bits they put into public piss box. If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash. Wait, so you wanted to get in on the trash toilet stink collab? Find out what happens when those two get. Yeah. Turns out your nose doesn't like self-indulgent literal shit huffing. The man before you is the hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes the brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Then you should ask me the first moment we get. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think the last...
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. From the right shoulder.
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would...
It doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any...
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket.
Shit, Kuno!
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass.
In case we need it. It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse, look, his eyes are milky. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. From the corpse is...
Who is he? He is male.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes. As you narrow your eyes, this is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his...
The monster comes back into focus.
So, what do you think? I agree.
His personality...
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes. Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hang. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt.
With a pool of blood and feces.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of...
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Yell at the kids. Yell slurs.
Did we? I don't feel...
No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to yell slurs at children.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the...
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of... The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Climb up there and there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see.
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
But what else can we do? I was really hoping we wouldn't.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda, but what other options? The corpse twists on the belt. He breathes out heavily.
Oh yeah, do this shit! Fuck it up!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it!
Yeah, take this.
Silence. And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the Phallostes position, taking aim. The corner of...
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenement.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The Phallostes was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised.
Fucking idiot! Muckaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for...
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as any more mistakes could put us... I have to say, it's big...
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
This is the sorriest...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boyka! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gun. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno?
The buckle comes into focus in your sights.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slope, the slow movement of the branch in the wind.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Hell yeah.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir.
What a good shot.
Hand numb from the recoil, looking straight at you, helpless.
Communism.
Who killed you? Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within you. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Fuck you, Korpale!
Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. You could add an Ace's Low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high. The high arrives with a sharp slap. Chill. It's gonna connect, but then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an Ace's Low hanging.
Let's level up. Let's level up rhetoric.
I knew these guys were
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But
slumped on the ground like that as not.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations. In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. Or we could ask around for the
You could ask the garden for directions.
Yes.
The rotting man lies. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you You have no idea.
Thanks, Encyclopedia. Please tell me shit that's useful.
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia. You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes? That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings.
KK57 dash 08.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out with the time of day, anyone? 10:15. It's understated.
Good. Let's go with that. NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
The equivalent of Caucasian, I guess.
A pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10.
HDB 41 08.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A silent nod. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Cru, and so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42.
We should start the post-mortem.
Esprit de corpse is an interesting skill.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its
clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M.
The disappointment is palpable.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reads, the assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around him. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring one. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking shit about Kuno's velocity?
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. Still wiring. There's too much of it.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully.
See, my pig is gonna
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant.
No! I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Unremarkable genitals.
The dead man's penis is average sized, congested from the downward collection of blood.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower.
I'm very happy I don't have to worry about monetization.
There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, that's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing.
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant, you hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound.
No scream, no sigh of relief. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach inside. Silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary, NA. Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
I mean, I guess, sure, you can go with that.
Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stop.
At maximum
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and...
Right. Next, a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to... Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not... Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive it for processing.
You tilt your head. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something. You run your hands over the victim's cold body. His fingernails have turned.
Do you think we missed something? I worked as one of those processing guys for a year. They are butchers and clowns. I once thought, in short, you and I are the last line of detection. If you're not sure we got everything, we need to look again. And for that, it would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking God.
Fuck are you looking at, being old man?
Only if all else fails. This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour.
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters. Revolutionary, feminist.
Got more skill points. Let's grab perception. Let's talk to Gart again.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. As it should be. Anyway, thank you for returning my... Yes, yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Correct him.
I don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge. Because this is a culinary establishment.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No, the answer...
Let's go talk to the frit clerk.
A thin man is smoking below and as you step in, he nods toward the... Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand drawing arcs in the air. The man keeps shaking his head.
I don't think he understands, officer. We need to find some other way to make ourselves clear. He's from Grad, a Koiko.
With the mention of the word Koiko, he's from Grad. People from Grad don't mind if they're called by their national derogatives. It's okay to call him a Koiko.
Oh, no. What do you know, Fridge? Fridge more. I know.
Okay, we have our answer. It won't fit.
$1.15. Let's keep trying to find more money. So I need to do this thing first.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start.
The dashboard lights up with like a leopard. The lights unfold.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, and
there she is.
Around the borders of the watermark are the rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the rat brazenly darts past you and disappears.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City.
There are many of them, and they are the first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way. There are so many, it's hard to count. The last row has... That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officer...
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? no shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long... This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM office. Call it what you want. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter,
I've killed
it's
3
rather
people.
tame. I mean that in a good way.
3 confirmed kills.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. Yes.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your...
Yeah. Name unknown. Rank unknown. I can be a communist, I could be a fascist, I could be an ultra-liberal, or I can be a moralist. I don't think I want to be a fascist.
An intricate web, it almost looks like, for you to someone who knows about history could tell you.
Being a fascist is generally bad. That my hot political take. Yeah, we know he's definitely a feminist, but I'm not a fascist yet.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided.
There is a chance that I accidentally end up becoming a fascist.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I know exactly what you meant. But you see, I'm an officer.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales.
Whatever you say.
Oh. He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike. The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month. 2 months. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say.
Yeah,
Something.
that is not a great quote for me to have. But yeah. As long as I don't end up being a moralist. Moralists are cowards.
Yeah, apples. I take it.
Let's go into the fleet.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this?
Looks kind of posting a colourful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. Benita. She's a model. Usually it...
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really long.
No need to worry. It's just...
Okay. Uh-huh. Right behind you. You're joking, right? Okay.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
Okay.
You see several packaged. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about. A small cabinet on their logo is...
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
It is.
Colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol.
It is a bit insane.
The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into the beauty.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Buy cigs and I can buy some booze. But I don't have money.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Oh, that's the temp.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Oh yeah, the scabs.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Yeah, people here hate the police. Or at least don't trust them.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work!
These people are protesting the strike because they want to do the work for less pay.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Might be time. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work! Maybe you should ask them the questions. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches beats me.
These people are anti-union.
Workers' rights.
Wow. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union...
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because...
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
The police force isn't explicitly anti-union, I think. Just these guys are anti-union. They're trying to break up the union strike so that they can do their work for less pay.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Well, bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategic... I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And like civilized folk, you mean?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for...
No! They will give up eventually.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the wild north? Come to see the strife? Oh, good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard? Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage...
If it's so simple, why did the scab...
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him.
Measurehead is racist.
Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough. Sure. You know, serious business. I'm sure that...
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command.
Alright. Let's... Let's try and deal with the racist.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Yes.
He means alcohol.
Correct. My small skull servant. Alrul is an ancient Ilmaran poison. A parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
This guy is just explicitly extremely racist.
Traditionally, fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and their Rolam and Rul have fed your people. Go on believing in it. Raise
Look, if there's a racist out there that's blocking your path into somewhere, you just gotta deal with the racist eventually.
Why don't you have another drink? Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
The ham sandwich race is insane.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
The fat racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron. Go fuck yourself.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
This guy is using, like, extremely outdated racism. Like, this guy's an advanced racist.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the you will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
How do I do this? I'm not gonna be able to push him out of the way because my physique sucks.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the state. Bring your troops to the Simenon Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Rul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Guy is also mildly homophobic. Makes sense. He's also extremely racist.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory.
Okay, I could solve this problem by becoming a Seminese supremacist. Get around the problem of the racist by becoming racist. It's not a great idea.
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
I don't want to become an advanced racist. I haven't even unlocked casual racism yet. Wait, shit. Fuck. I should think before I say words.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs. Mr. Claire is a man of vision and means. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Of course you are, Revacholian man. The failure of, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural the South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian. We are the future. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the gray mass on No. I have heard about it on the radio. I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is on. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next
That will be the...
He seems surprised at your choice of racist.
That is understandable.
These cops are just jealous, Jean-Luc.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him, he must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to you exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
I'm not being racist here. You look ugly. Wild fucking shit.
It is impossible to see any more of your bone. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup.
He had nothing to do with it.
I think we might have to become racist. I'm not sure if I can come back from this. I'm not sure if I can reverse this decision, but we might have to become racist.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayonite. A polyculturalist. There are three categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals. Excluding them, a receding genetic pool has led them out on reprehensible street parades. In Mount, you know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese.
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotvoldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
Your racism is logically inconsistent.
You're welcome.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century.
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the Golden Pit, the other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brain, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagite are on the indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the southern islands. The Areopagites are the master.
Wait, didn't Ilmaran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago?
No, those were scimitar wielding race losers of Sahara.
Hey, I'm pointing out logical inconsistencies in his racism.
Jean, baby.
I know, bae. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form Type B are the unheroic races. Amorphous.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with Podat. The only thing they like more is divine.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semino-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. Its leaders will be the genetic Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial Cauldron. Too mixed to know.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespias. The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad. In Zara, the revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary condition passed from enough of type medium types. CF are a museum of failed chimeric lesser races like the mosquito. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
You are right. You have misunderstood.
This racist is stupid.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. The Khoiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. This will never happen. The Simonese and the Khoikhoi may have similar interread, but enough. It is cruel. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask you. We will.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may...
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am. He concludes. I am worried.
Alright, chat. Do I subscribe? Do I become a race theoretician? I'm leaving this up to you. I'm undecided. Should I become a race theoretician? Should I become racist in order to solve this problem? It does appear to be the a valid solution to the immediate problem at hand. Alright, I will not become racist.
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
We still need to get into the harbor. There's an interview to conduct.
Okay. The second option is to go on top of a roof. I'll talk to this guy again. Does he have any new things?
Not before you get in there and get...
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try. Aces low. For the rest of the world, the aces low is just some cool Revachol thing. Politically new. A lorry stuck in the trap. The windows are clear. They've been fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over the driver as a large metal the back a book with ragged edges catch.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not an... Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who...
There he is, in front of me. Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There.
Sure, I'll raise it. I'll just raise it to how it is and let's increase it to max on OBS. I'm not going to bother increasing game audio because it's already loud enough. Statue.
An old monument stand. A silver plaque. As you look up, you notice something about something with great... Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Okay, I can't see it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated. Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here.
The king stands high above you, surveying them even by the standards of the Philippian kings. Old well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of his own maladministration, foreshadowed the fall. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chain. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The king's fabled cocaine addiction.
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also, that's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay. Thrown there, the original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. People in Martinez, Philip III, the squan, not that he ever did in life either.
I don't need to wear the tank top. I need $96.
Does not the photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century. No response.
Wait, she's just a distracted old. Why?
The woman still has her eyes.
Let's see if we can find a way onto the roof.
An inconspicuous pile of the roof. It's nothing. Someone just left some. Because it's nice and all rhythmic pattern calms your mind.
I could get onto the roof. Do I have to talk to Gart again?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes?
Could I get through this door? I don't remember.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dim.
You do?
The winch. Outside. In the backyard. Remember? No.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafe.
The door does not. The cobalt blues. Old cobalt paint.
Can I help you? Another thing. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely...
Fine, okay, a little. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the... Yes?
Anything upstairs?
The door is closed. The door, there is no... You hear the shout. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed.
do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief 3 days ago. During that time, the victim had been a security guard or work. They didn't identify themselves in any way. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Good.
I don't. I think I failed the skill check that would have let me get onto the roof easily. Talk to this guy.
A colourful piece of plastic on the counter rolled out of his open hand. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Your fingers find their way into the shackle. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to... No, he's looking the other way, perhaps purposefully. You slip the plastic ID card out just for the record. You look nothing like the man on the document. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries. Yum yum. Money. Think the sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane.
Why the yelling, man?
Looks like a Sow descendant. A lot of Sow dock workers around.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer? Yeah, what about it? You know, people die here If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then who is it? I can tell you. You heard what I said?
The lieutenant gives you... So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even Sleepy Hair. This doesn't...
That's the name of it.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. Then you understand the gist of it. For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say. Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. We are. The workers. The union. We know what we... Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in... Indeed. Help yourself to some.
The dock worker doesn't. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking.
Get a goddamn rum lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. What happened, man? Get your drink on and your
New quest. Find a drink. Let's look what's over here. Actually, I can look over here.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons, list an off-key melody.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid game.
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. doesn't bode well for anyone's here.
Thanks, conceptualization.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but you wait for a minute or two. But looks like someone has melted half the plastic. You hear static from the intercom speaker. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the...
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice here.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work.
A spot of static.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able...
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on another seagull passes by.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Silence. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. This button looks new, but...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. A fridge? You mean like the Ice Bear fridge? Man, that's scary.
Ice Bear fridge?
Yes, like a bear, but white. There's a fridge below the building in the basement, with red glowing eyes. I went back there once, behind the bookstore. Mum doesn't want me to go there anymore. Not that I want to. It was pretty scary. Yes. That's a problem. But I don't know. You're a policeman. Anyway. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character.
there is stress and unease behind these words.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for business. Of course, sir.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. of our little shop of culture. A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette?
What in God's name is she talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. Fuck it.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here.
Mind your own business, sir. In our system...
Denial is the way she copes with criticism. The woman before you scans the store. Her shoulders...
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She smiles. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are an endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover books in a board game section. Who wants to read books?
Books in a board game section? Wow. Who would have thunk?
There's a box that says Wirral 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastic adventure board game. New maps and miniatures. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement. So it... The display rack is brimming with worn rows and rows of Hiamdala men. Maybe 100. Man from here, not even close. Man from Hiamdal.
Pain threshold.
Man from Hiamdal and the forest, nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background. You see a set of tattered...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to...
She speaks almost as if she... Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, you see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from both. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide inhabitants of Elysium. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with. Just as you're about to pull apart the...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you, parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't...
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite, just...
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be. It's what it was. No! Please just talk to me, officer.
Talking is always good. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you.
Talking is good. Let's talk more.
Hello again, esteemed officer. And welcome to I already told you. It's just a story. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some god.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
I'm not tense. I'm just. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
The curse is so much. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
I don't like this woman.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the ward. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different...
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe it.
No shit.
No, certainly not. I don't want anyone...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfect...
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual... Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere... But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Oh, certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity.
The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected. Yes, that chimney is part of the building. Some unnatural magic, I assume. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round.
Unbelievable darkness. What you discover? Probably just office space.
Oh.
You see a set of tattered curtains. You see a dimly lit room.
Oh!
Merely looking at that haircut threatens your masculinity. God damn.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you. After exerting some force, you manage to...
What is this place? I think you're right. Though it looks... I doubt the electricity still works.
Some specks of dust ship. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, no need to look for...
Flashlight.
A barbell lie. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. No one does until they get smashed under the barbell.
Why is this creepy? Oh, $3. Oh, more money.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a
radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
What he means is that these things.
But we are looking for a fridge, and we are.
On the other hand, it's not. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring. It's empty, like a beehive.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing. Something's missing. There's no Your flashlight slides over and some of the writing has these lithe, pointy-eared translucent Welkins. You should adopt one of those Welkins as one of the Welkins, towering among the rest. It's Vara Hamira, the Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men. All of
an inordinate amount of time
Oh,
has gone into
hold on a second.
little Welkin creatures.
Alright, let's keep going.
Political commentary. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Just look at those details.
the photo collar, entire ocean. You see primitive oiler. A pinned postcard reads, "This is a monthly calendar. It looks a bit like mini-me stands for a mini meeting. It's as time goes on.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom. The handwriting is only partly legible. The full text reads, "This old fireplace is the whole thing resembles Kadran history classes. Students with their tech radio frequencies, it seems. Unclear. It looks like a card. You think so? The web is comprised of They must have had massive airwidth. Whoever decides to call in to a list of names under the stations. There's no way.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious they... Exactly. This schedule...
Nothing.
Let's buff up drama.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer? Yes.
Like he's ready to...
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
No idea. Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the...
Coordinating so many games would take a whole...
Not to my knowledge. They make automated...
Not in Revish.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create... Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Yes, especially in here. Okay.
Tiles on the cube are like a smooth draw. The filament, a bar of fabric, the static gets...
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislain. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into... That was a question. Good.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a...
Received. I will register the...
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else? Fortress accident is the company. One moment. Fortress accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive calling radio.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Yes,
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater. As for me, well, now. Thank you. And
Tiles on the cube are still... Nothing happens. You see, a terrified... The bear looks oddly realistic. This must be the fridge you were told. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to... The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hat... The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it...
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. Your visual confirms. You could fit...
Shall we go and get the body then? I'll take the...
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get down to the bed. Then more.
Well, that's a sound. Fuck.
The lieutenant takes a step.
Beautiful. No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room. Did we though? Okay, maybe we did.
Maybe we did do our best, Kim. Be happy that we did our best.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. Even under this stench, you can feel it.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand...
Lucky us. Indeed. Refrigerated meat is much better for coroner's work. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips, like a rubber spider itself to the base of the mountain. A vision of black and dark red. You see a hole, barely visible to the human, and abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough. Yes, that's what this part is called. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The lieutenant answers with a sound. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
Can you get to it?
There's a tiny crack. A protrusion in the object that is in there stops just short of the skull.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
I'm taking shit out of this guy's skull.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain.
Good.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like with a plop. Your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered.
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
Yo, I got an achievement. Let's go.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Treatment, officer, is an attempt to manipulate the body after death, to hide the real injury here. Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I did not just come up with this. I have had my doubt. There have been other signs too.
Secret task complete!
Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause.
Yay!
As we did, full-heartedly.
We almost fell for it, he thinks. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, that's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier. To hide something. The real killer, the real motivation. Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
We put him in a bag and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. The body bag should contain the odor for the duration of the transport. I would drive him to processing, but it's too late to do that today. I'll do it first thing tomorrow. No problem. One more thing. This was really good work, detective. All right. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands. I'll take the...
Now I can tell the woman that a business is failing because there is a giant bare fridge in her basement.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in... Yes, yes?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. But what else did
You don't have anything of substance to tell her until you found that.
Let's go back into the basement.
Looks like someone tried to Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out failed. That's a good question. Not quite. You A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Coloring it, it's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to...
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs. You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man. You muster all your strength and you're dehydrated, hungover. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney can then again...
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
A hollow ring.
Ow.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left.
Oh, fuck. Shit. No. No, I died.
No. It's many years of... All you feel is pain and weakness. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective...
Shit. I have to redo the corpse investigation bit.
You see, the bear... This must be Gus. The lieutenant takes it. The shelves are empty. All
it's
but your visual...
Shall we go and...
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the bedroom. Then more hours to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant...
Beautiful. A dead body in an iceberg. No, not really. Look at that. Did we do... At least we...
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse, you pocket the note, and the little fridge, a friendly, the paper still...
Good question. I know. What is even... The electricity...
Lucky us, indeed. Refrigerated meat is much better. You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then. If you think so, I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen as my...
I failed the secret task, actually.
It's too late to take him into process.
So that time I didn't get to see what happens in the victim's skull.
Looks like it. No one has used it in ages.
It's dark, the echo.
What are you doing? Wait, really? You're right.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man. Something.
I was fixated on that one, though.
A mighty bellow echoes.
Hello? Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please.
You hear a low.
After you, officer.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads an electric sizzle. The room is slight, something close to you.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows. Both cables are on. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind.
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderweb.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still, beautiful thing. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying.
He likes this find.
Found a gun.
The note is written.
Does it say anything?
This is tangential at best. Someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate. You find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP.
Someone who owns a radio computer?
Which is to say, not.
It belongs inside a radio computer. Storing.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off.
Some local miscreant, probably. There are I don't know. I assume.
Didn't you see one right next to the brick? This orange machine is turning the crank. Feels oddly satisfying. You slip your fingers under the frozen. No, this is going to need something. If you want to try again.
Equip the pry bar.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it, the ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You see the pry bar.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing. I have no idea, officer.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool.
You're alive and well. Yes, yes.
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. But what else do
you don't have anything of substance to tell her until you found. East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area.
How do I get to the second floor?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have so many walls.
Are you trying to sneak up?
Apparently, logic error.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever.
How do I get up to the second floor?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts. These shelves, a couple of spook novels hide amidst crime fiction. These books, what's more, not a single mention of shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the Several maps. The maps look old and faded. The north coast of Avert to the east, Hudon. You feel you're just west of Coal City. It's not really a map. Still, it's detailed.
Alright. Alright. Alright.
An
Seriously, how the fuck do I get up to the next second floor of the building? Was I missing something down here?
Lydia's eyes are dead and empty.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it here. I'll figure it out next time I play this game. If I do keep playing, I'm not gonna bother changing the thumbnail. Well, goodbye, I guess.